All right, welcome back. We're on Exodus chapter 33 today, verse 1. Then the Lord spoke to Moses, "Depart, go up from here, you and the people whom you have brought up from the land of Egypt, to the land of which I swore to Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, saying, to your descendants I will give it. I will send an angel before you, and I will drive out the Canaanite, the Amorite, the Hittite, the Perizzite, the Hivite, and the Jebusite. Go up to a land flowing with milk and honey, for I will not go up in your midst, because you are an obstinate people, and I might destroy you on the way." Again, he holds Moses accountable for the people's actions. Verse 4, when the people heard this sad word, they went into mourning, and none of them put on his ornaments. What were they thinking? Verse 5, for the Lord had said to Moses, "Say to the sons of Israel, you are an obstinate people. Should I go up in your midst for one moment? I would destroy you. Now therefore, put off your ornaments from you, that I may know what I shall do with you." So the sons of Israel stripped themselves of their ornaments from Mount Horeb onward. These were their rings, necklaces, bracelets, etc. Everything that they likely received during their exit from Egypt. Verse 7. Now Moses used to take the tent and pitch it outside the camp, a good distance from the camp, and he called it the tent of meeting. And everyone who sought the Lord would go out to the tent of meeting, which was outside the camp. All right, so real quick, before the construction of the tabernacle, Moses' tent became the special meeting place for Moses to talk intimately with God. Verse 8. And it came about, whenever Moses went out to the tent, that all the people would arise and stand, each at the entrance of his tent, and gaze after Moses until he entered the tent. Whenever Moses entered the tent, the pillar of cloud would descend and stand at the entrance of the tent, and the Lord would speak with Moses. When all the people saw the pillar of cloud standing at the entrance of the tent, all the people would arise and worship, each at the entrance of his tent. Thus the Lord used to speak to Moses face to face, just as a man speaks to his friend. When Moses returned to the camp, his servant Joshua, the son of Nun, a young man, would not depart from the tent. We talked about this several times before, that the Lord speaking face to face was a type of theophany, but not the fully revealed not the fully revealed glory of God that we'll only experience in heaven, and only because of his son Jesus. Verse 12. Then Moses said to the Lord, "See, you say to me, bring up this people, but you yourself have not let me know whom you will send with me. Moreover, you have said, I have known you by name, and you have also found favor in my sight. Now therefore, I pray you, if I have found favor in your sight, let me know your ways, that I may know you, so that I may find favor in your sight. Consider too, that this nation is your people." And he said, "My presence shall go with you, and I will give you rest." Then he said to him, "If your presence does not go with us, do not lead us up from here. For how then can it be known that I have found favor in your sight, I and your people? Is it not by your going with us, so that we, I and your people, may be distinguished from all the other people who are upon the face of the earth?" The Lord said to Moses, "I will also do this thing of which you have spoken, for you have found favor in my sight, and I have known you by name." All right, and we talked about this before as well. This is a tricky concept, but ultimately Moses did not change God's mind. God knew this conversation would happen, but it's clear that God enjoys the interaction with those who obey and listen to him. Verse 18. Then Moses said, "I pray you, show me your glory." So Moses was in good standing with God at this time, and just wanted to know and see him more, and we can't blame him for that. Verse 19. And he said, "I myself will make all my goodness pass before you, and will proclaim the name of the Lord before you, and I will be gracious to whom I will be gracious, and will show compassion on whom I will show compassion." Verse 20. But he said, "You cannot see my face, for no one can see me and live." And here we see the full glory reference that we've been discussing for a while. Verse 21. Then the Lord said, "Behold, there is a place by me, and you shall stand there on the rock. And it will come about, while my glory is passing by, that I will put you in the cleft of the rock and cover you with my hand until I have passed by. Then I will take my hand away, and you shall see my back, but my face shall not be seen." So these, again, are anthropomorphisms, or human attributes to describe God. It's very important we understand that. God is spirit, and this action displays his intimacy and relationship with Moses. Just as a father lovingly guides and patiently disciplines a child with his hand, God does the same with his children. Okay, good chapter. Thanks for being here, and Lord willing, I'll be here with you tomorrow. Hope you can join me as well. Take care.